Hi, my name is Sidney. I'm the owner of The Bear Hanger. I'm a reseller on Depop, Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari, and today is my first What Sold Sunday. This covers the week of the 12th through the 18th, and these are some of my favorite videos to watch. I love watching resellers succeed, and it does give you a good idea of what people are buying, how much people are purchasing their items for, and what they're selling for. So these are some of my very favorite reselling type content to watch, so I thought I'd give it a try. I'll be putting screenshots of the item up here, and I will be letting you know the listing for the item, what keywords I'm using. I feel like that's really helpful, especially when you're trying to figure out what keywords work well. I utilize keywords all the time, and my titles I spend a good amount of time coming up with just to make sure that I'm covering everything that's special about these items. The first item that sold on July 12th was on eBay. I sold this Jaded Gypsy one size new with tags, Sweet Nothings top, olive dog, lag and look, cotton green boho. This was a really stunning piece, and I actually picked up 5 of these. Originally, I was only going to resell 4 of them, and I was going to keep the 5th, but I have sold 4 of these within the last 2 weeks for a substantial amount of money. So I did pull the 5th one from my closet, and I have it listed, so I do have one more. This has been such a fun piece to sell. It's gotten a lot of attention on every single platform, tons of offers, even some full price purchases. So this is a brand to look out for, Jaded Gypsy. It is a lag and look brand, and it does retail for $110. It being new with tags and such a nice material at 100% cotton and a really adorable style, it sold so quickly. All of mine have actually sold on eBay, even though I've gotten multiple offers on other platforms. The offers were just too low to accept. I sold this one specifically on the 12th on eBay for $62. The buyer pays shipping, and after fees and after my cost of goods, which was $5.40, my profit was $46 on this top. So that was a great fast flip. I probably should have listed it for a little bit more because they did all sell very quickly. I try not to be too emotional about the items I'm selling because it makes it hard to let go of them, and that was a great profit. The next item I sold, this one sold on the 12th on Poshmark. I'm gonna butcher this name, but Atelier Aigner, 70s red wine gold leather fold over clutch bag purse vintage BTG. This was a stunning piece, I think from the 1970s to 1980s. 100% leather with gold trim. The style was adorable. I really liked this piece. I picked up this piece for $3.60. I had this listed for $39 and it sold for $39. After fees and my costs, my total profit for this item was $27.60. So I'm excited to see that go. That was listed in May, so took 2 months to sell. That was a great little flip. I had one sell on the 13th. It was this Raisonnelle new with tags medium orange graphic sailing club crew neck pullover 100% cotton. This is a sweatshirt that I probably shouldn't have picked up, and I unfortunately have 3 or 4 more of these, which is fine. This is a Anthropologie piece, but I don't feel like this Anthropologie piece resells well. This brand resells okay depending on the style, but this is definitely a top that I should have left behind. I accepted an offer for $14 on Depop for this. Depop has such low fees, I'm willing to accept lower offers, but even at that, with my cost of goods, I only profited $8.41, which is not worth storing this item. It's a little bit more of a substantial piece. Hopefully these just really sell quickly as fall comes around because I'm kind of sick on holding on to them. I did list these in June, so it took 1 month to sell this one, and this is the first and only one that I've sold of all that I've picked up. The next sale, I had 3 sales on the 14th. The first sale I had was a pair of Solomon size 14 Running Avenue Predict RA Road running shoelace up athletic. I actually misspelled athletic. My dyslexia kicked in. Regardless, they sold for $38 on eBay. Buyer paid shipping for this item. After cost of goods, which was $5, my profit was $30.01. These were size 14. Bigger sizes tend to sell okay, especially in men's, so that's why I was willing to pick them up, and they were in really, really good condition. I did have them listed since the end of last year, and they finally sold a little over a year later. The next sale was a super cute sale. I really liked this sweater cardigan, a Lost Horizon small hand knitted wool embroidered sweater cardigan, blue button floral. This was a really substantial piece and 100% hand knitted. The floral detail was stunning. The buttons were substantial metal. It was a really cute piece. I loved it, and it was 100% wool. This I listed for $89. This is a great brand to look out for. I received an offer on Poshmark for $70. Again, I've had this piece for a little while, since the end of January, and I was really looking to just get it out of my inventory system. Because it's such a substantial piece, it takes up a lot of room. After fees, my costs, I did offer a shipping discount as well. My profit was $49.50. My cost of goods was $5, and I think that was a great pickup and a great flip. The next item that sold on the 14th was a baseball hat. I get my hats for 90 cents, and I sell hats pretty often. I think they're a great pickup if you can get them at the right price. This was a vintage Chicago Cubs baseball hat, MLB cotton embroidered Twins Enterprise. This was a super cute hat, and I'm really confused why it took so long to sell. I had it listed at the end of last year, and it just sold. I, for whatever reason, had free shipping on here. I don't think a single one of my items has free shipping. This one randomly did. So I did end up paying shipping for this item. I did not know that I was paying shipping for this item when I accepted an offer of $21.75. But it's fine. I got this item for 90 cents. So I did make a profit of $12.27 on Mercari for this. It is what it is. I'm just glad it is going to a new home. I sold 3 things on the 15th. My first sale was a pair of denim shorts. I did pick up 3 of these new with tag of Goldie shorts, and this is the first of the 3 that have sold. I was kind of surprised that all of them didn't sell this summer. So if I have to hold on to them for a whole nother year, I will, but that's kind of annoying. I listed these in January, and this is the one that is sold. It sold on Depop. These a Goldie new with tag size 30 Parker shorts. Swap meet dark cutoff denim high-rise new jean shorts. These are cute, and the model picture was really nice. So like I said, I'm surprised they took so long to sell. I had these listed for $59 actually, and someone purchased them for full price on Depop. With my fees and my cost of goods of $10, my profit is $46.54. So that was a good flip. It just took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to take. The next sale I had on the 15th was this doTERRA essential oil wooden silicone bottle display wood stand holder, bamboo. doTERRA is an essential oil brand that's actually based in Utah, so I do find a couple of doTERRA items every year. They sell well. Sometimes I put them on Marketplace. I'm doing less and less Facebook Marketplace nowadays just because it's a pain. I did list this one on eBay, and I've listed it for $32. I accepted an offer of $25 for this item. After shipping, fees, costs of good, which was $2.40, my profit for this piece was $22.30. I love seeing hard goods go because that means I'm making more room for hard goods. If you know me, I have one bin that I allow to fill up with hard goods. Otherwise, I will go crazy with hard goods, and I don't have the room for that. So I allow myself one bin. Now that I have this one on its way to its new home, I can have more room to buy more. The next item that sold on that same day, it was AllSaints sweatshirt, or an AllSaints sweater. I'm very picky with AllSaints. This one surprisingly sold within about a week. This AllSaints large wildcat animal print sweater, gray, red, men's pullover, crew neck. This piece was an alpaca wool mix with probably acrylic, and it was a larger size. That was the only reason I picked it up, because I do try to stay away from AllSaints for the most part. Their leather jackets sell pretty well, but I haven't had a lot of luck with some of their other things. Sometimes their shoes sell okay. Their men's items do okay. So I was willing to pick this up. My cost of goods was only $5, and this sold on Depop for my full asking price of $30. After fees, my profit is $23.34. I am noticing more and more people are picking up items for the fall. So if you don't have fall items listed, get them listed because people are buying them. I had 8 sales on the 16th of July. 4 of those were part of a bundle. I don't sell a lot of bundles, so whenever I get bundles, I get really excited. The way Poshmark prices bundles is it takes the total price and it divides it among the amount of items that you sold. So my total bundle price for these 4 items was $129, putting each item at $32.25 sold. The first item I sold in this bundle was a dress. It was the Fox and Mermaid large new without tags purple tie floral mini dress, cotton handmade printed. She did purchase 2 of this brand from me, and I'm really excited because these dresses are adorable. They are hand dyed and they are 100% cotton, which is a great feature with dresses. My cost of goods on this item was actually 10 cents. My thrift store rewards you for the money that you spend, and for a certain amount of points, they'll give you discounts if you earn enough points. So I did redeem my $40 off coupon this day and divide it among my items. Some of my items ended up only costing a dime. So this cost of goods was 10 cents. After my fees, my profit for this dress was $25.80, which is a great little profit. The next item in that bundle was a Free People dress. The Free People Large Imaginary Friend Tunic Dress Cotton Lace Purple Dainty Cotton Boho. I threw this item on an AI generated model because I couldn't find the right model picture in this color, and I think that did help it sell. I don't do that to a lot of pieces, but if I feel like my photos aren't doing them justice, I will place them on an AI model, and I did get a ton of attention from this listing. So I got multiple offers a day, especially on Depop. They were just a little too low, and because I was getting so many offers, I knew eventually it would either go full price, or in this case, it just went in a bundle. After my cost of goods of $6, my profit was $19.80. The next item that sold in this bundle was another The Fox and the Mermaid dress. This was the Fox and the Mermaid medium new without tags, Aparna mini dress block printed cotton. This was just another 100% cotton printed dress. My cost of goods for this item was also 10 cents, which makes my profit $25.80 for this piece. The last part of this bundle was a Lululemon item. These ones took forever to sell, so I'm glad that they finally did. This is a Lululemon size 10 long, wide leg, oversized split hem sweatpant Pima cotton gray yoga. I couldn't find the exact style on this, and I feel like that's why it took so long to sell, because it's such an oversaturated brand. I feel like people are looking for specific styles, and if you don't know what style it is, it just gets lost. So I think that's why it took so long to sell. I had these listed since January, and after my cost of goods, I profited $20.80. So I love to see those go. The next sale I had on the 16th was a Reformation piece. I don't find Reformation very often, but this was actually part of a consignment store blowout sale, an end of the season sale. This was an 80% off piece, and my cost of goods for this item was $5. I had these listed for $45. Somebody offered me $35 on Poshmark, and I accepted. Just with it being the end of the summer, this piece isn't likely to sell in the fall or the winter. So I was glad to see it go, and I made a profit of $23 on this crop top. It was 100% linen, so it was a really good quality piece. The next item that sold on the 16th was this Ecological Arts large alpaca hooded knit long sweater fringe pullover hoodie sweater. This was 100% alpaca pullover in an Aztec print. It was actually really, really cute. I had this listed for $30. I got an offer on Depop for $24, which was a great offer. After my fees and my cost, which was $6.30, I profited $16.31. My next sale on the 16th was a Reselling piece, so another Anthropologie piece. Reselling new with tag, small square neck, shift nautical green cream striped dress summer. This is the second item that I've sold in this style. This is a way better pickup than that orange sweatshirt. So again, style matters with this brand. It was sold at Anthropologie, and the stock photos do the dress justice. It is a really cute dress on the model. My cost of goods for this item was $6.30, and I accepted an offer of $30. I had it originally listed for $45, but because it was on Depop, my fees are really low, so I accepted that offer, and my profit is $22.19. This piece has been getting tons and tons of attention on Depop, so I was excited to sell one. And the last item that sold on the 16th was a pair of linen pants. These are Beachwood Baby, small medium new with tags, Isla Scarlet linen summer wide leg Italy natural fiber. These are really expensive pants. They retailed for $158 with a great sell-through rate. I think it had an over 100% sell-through rate. These are still on their website, and I was getting a lot of attention on these. Somebody messaged me on Depop and made an offer of $72. I went back and forth with her, and we landed on that price. I had them listed for $99. With them being linen and it coming towards the end of summer, they're not likely going to sell in the fall or the winter, so I was willing to sell them for $72. My cost was $6.30, with my profit being $62.59, which is a great profit for a pair of pants. Those are really nice. I had one sell on the 17th, and it was another one of those Jaded Gypsy one size new with tag Sweet Nothings top. This one again sold on eBay for $62.10. Another offer was sent out and they accepted after fees and shipping costs and my cost of goods, which was $5.40. My profit is $46.10. So I have one of these left. I'm so sad I'm running out of those. Those have been selling so well. I had 3 sales on July 18th. My first sale was a Brooks Brothers large vintage button-down plaid 100% navy green shirt, tartan 80s. This was a 1980s vintage piece. I don't like selling men's button-ups. I try to dabble in it. I see a lot of people having a lot of success with it, especially with Ralph Lauren. If I found the right Ralph Lauren piece, sure, I'd pick it up, but I just don't enjoy selling button-ups. I think they're a pain to measure. I don't like it. So I probably won't be picking up very many. This was an experimental piece and it brought a good profit. My cost was $5.40 and I sold it on eBay for $26.10. After all of my fees and everything, my profit is $22.38 for this item. And it did take 5 months to sell. So a little longer than I want, but it sold nonetheless. My next sale on the 18th was a golf item. My golf item sales have slowly been dwindling. I think the end of the season, people aren't purchasing new items. At the beginning of the summer, I was selling them like crazy. This was a women's G4 medium stretchy athletic golf polo tank top, white, blue, sleeveless top. This brand is actually really good. This is just not a substantial piece. So my cost of goods at $3, and it actually sold for full price on Poshmark at $19. My profit is $12.20. Will I pick up this brand again? Yes. Will I pick up a sleeveless women's polo again? Probably not. It did sell fairly quickly. I had this listed the end of June and it sold the beginning of July. So it was really fast flip, just didn't flip for as much as I expected. My last sell on the 18th was a pair of Ugg boots on Poshmark. These were the mammoth fringe suede boot leather moccasin western tall shearling tan boots. These have been listed forever since September of last year and I had them listed for $35. Somebody offered $25 on Poshmark and I just wanted to get rid of them. My cost of goods was $3 and so my profit was $17. Shoes, I really don't want to sell a shoe unless I can profit like minimum $25. They just take up way too much room in my inventory and I don't like photographing them. I don't like storing them. So it does take quite a bit for me to pick up a pair of shoes. This was one I will probably not pick up again. It took forever to sell and my profit was $17. Not worth storing it since September. And that was it. Those were all my sales for the last week. I'd love to know how your sales have been. I'd love to know what your greatest and biggest sell was this week. I'd love to know if you're starting to see fall items sell. I'm starting to notice more boots, more long sleeves, more sweaters selling, which is so exciting. My favorite time of the year coming up. Just my analytics for this week, I had $836 in total revenue after cost of goods and after the fees that they take out, I profited $580. My average sale price was $40, which was higher than normal, and I sold 21 items. I'm excited for fall. I make way more money in the fall and the winter. Summer is my worst season for reselling. People just aren't buying substantial pieces. And so yeah, I'm really excited for the next season to come around and I'm seeing more and more people purchasing items for fall. So if you're noticing the same, let me know. If you saw a brand in here that was new to you, I would love to know as well. I love sharing new brands. I love finding them. And I think I had a lot of really great new brands that I sold this week. I will see you next week for my thrifting hauls and another What Sold Sunday, and I'll see you then. Bye.